was at someone's home in East Texas 20 years ago, and I mean, like way out, there's like a paper mill or foundry or something, and then you go out 15 miles down the dirt road, and then there's like 3 houses back there. I don't know what. Anyway, you go back in there. This lady, I did my discovery like I always do, and it's like, okay, well, life insurance. Well, I have some policies. Well, I need to see them. She comes out and pulls out a stack of these policies about this high, and turns out she was buying those from guys on a debit route over a 20-year period on it. She had one in there for 5 cents face value. And she had a 5 cent face value. She had a $1 face value. It was a penny a year for the 5 cents. And she literally had some of those. And it turned out she had a whole bunch of these policies she'd had for 40 years, and it was like a couple $100 worth of face amount.
What was the total coverage?
A couple $100.
Oh my
a couple
gosh.
$100. Yeah, and so, but she was still paying on it. She'd been paying that. Somehow they were paying that penny a year.
Wow. Sorry.
For that 5 cent face amount policy that she'd had forever ago. Anyway, I mean, people will buy final expense if you offer it. My dad one time said, you know, he went into a house and he goes, well, these people, he was under the assumption that only lower income people bought final expense. And I was like, Dad, there's a lot of reasons people buy final expense. He's like, nah, just, you know, lower income because they can't afford funerals on it. Anyway, we go into a very nice house one time. I always did what I always do is I do one thing, it works, I do it every time.
Yeah.
So I go in there and I go through my, I think it's close to scenario 2, upsell. And I do that, and I pop in. I got 150, 65, 67-year-old, I think, and I think I got $150 monthly premium out of both of them.
Wow.
But it's combined. Which is a heck of a commission.
Yeah.
And all that. My dad goes, got in the car, he goes, oh my gosh, I've walked away from so much business this time. I'm letting my own limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
And he went and told people, you know, Brandon proved it to me.
Yeah.
So, you know, and so, you know, again, if you do right, then you learn that, and you go, okay, well, if I do that every time, what's the worst thing that happens? Say no.
Yeah.
They already bought the other policy, no big deal.
Yeah.
But if you try to prejudge what they can do, then you're putting your own limits in front of
You're limited.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were, you know, there's other reasons they're going to want to buy it. Your job is to give them the opportunity.
Yeah.
If they say, I don't want this and all that, especially if it's an upsell, you don't hard sell.
Right.
You say, okay, it's my job to let you know what your options are. That's totally up to you.
Right.
Right? And then you go back right into your other sale and how you're going to close that and make that stick. But